This episode of the Nerd Corporation podcast may contain spoilers and explicit language. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi, everybody. This is WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler. That's right, the King. And right now, you are listening to the Nerd Corporation. I don't know why you are, but you are.
Welcome to the Nerd Corporation.
What up, everybody? It's Thursday, and you know what that means.
It means that somehow, I don't know how I managed to pull it off, but I actually got 2 important days off next week.
Incorrect.
Did I not get them off? Do I
You did not.
Oh.
It's podcast day. That's the right answer.
Well, this was the build-up, and there it is. But so I got my friend is having like an ugly sweater Christmas party on Saturday, which I don't normally get off, but I got Saturday off, and then I also, of course, got the Game Awards off as well.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I don't know how I pulled it off, but
Who did you pull off?
It's usually what has to happen.
Yeah.
I had to whack some people off.
It happens. Sometimes you just have to.
At least you were.
You gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
Yep. Derek's right.
You gotta play to win.
It's podcast day. Welcome to episode 78, Best Games of 2019. We're going to go
Got
through...
it right.
I did.
You did.
What do I win?
Nothing.
Oh.
Win a podcast day.
Yay!
Talk about video games.
Yeah, you win a day where you can talk about video games.
Alright. I mean, that's every day.
Yeah.
But
We're going to go through our individual lists. We're going to go through all 10 instead of doing a two-parter like we did last time with the worst games. So,
we just had to split that up because those were hard.
yeah, those were rough. But
This list was actually somewhat difficult for me to come up with because I had my first half, and then I was like, "Are we doing them all?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh shit, okay." And I like the last 4. I kept like switching around. I'm like, no, that one I liked better. And then I was like, I got it. No, wait, no, I forgot Pokemon.
yeah, I did a lot of switching around
Yeah.
too. But my number 10 is Trover Saves the Universe. It's the game by Justin Roiland that's got like, everybody from Rick and Morty on it.
Just came to Switch.
Yeah, it did.
No
It
way.
did. Mm.
Isn't that like a VR capable game too?
Yeah.
That was its big thing, is that it was all about VR.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of fun with this game, especially because I was like really Rick and Morty hungry at the time that the game came out.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, cool.
4 hadn't come out yet. had it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, the game was so much fun. It was funny, just like I wanted it to be, and like it was funny in that sense too. You know what I mean? Because like every time you'd like beat a character or whatever, or not every time, but like every once in a while, he'd be like, "Oh shit, you killed me!" You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's got his it's got that sense of humor.
Yeah,
that you can always
it's
throw.
got that blueprint like all over.
Is it just Roiland, or did he bring in like did Dan Harmon help? Or
I'm sure
pretty
there's
sure.
like little cameos, but
Yeah.
it's the majority of the voice acting is
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because he does Morty too, doesn't he?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my number 10.
Right on. My number 10 is Pokemon. I haven't put as much time into the game as I'd like to say that I have, but I think it's a really, of course it's just a Pokemon game, but I feel like the changes that they've made in the game are for the better. Game Freak isn't really known for their innovation.
No.
Like they kind of like to recycle ideas and
Stick to a formula and just keep with
they
it.
definitely stick to a formula.
But it works.
And it works because they sell really well. I don't know why I'm just enjoying this one a little bit more this go around. Even though I'm not really enjoying all the new Pokemon, I still find it incredibly fun. I really like all the gym leaders in this one. I think they're all super cool and they're original and
Oh, that Nessa though.
Yeah.
What up?
She thick.
No.
She's not thick, but she could get it.
Oh,
Who's is it Melanie, the ice gym leader that's like dummy thick?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, they could all get it. Yeah. Only if they want to, though, because we at the Nerd Corporation are pro consent.
Pro consent.
Consent pro.
God damn.
Fuck.
All of you.
We let the women say yes before we do the thing.
Well, I was waiting for all.
Well, we
of you
don't
to say
let
it.
them.
We make them. No, I'm just kidding.
We coax them.
Obviously a joke. Totally don't mean that at all.
Cancel Nerdcore 2020.
Hashtag.
Yeah, it's a really great game, and I'm enjoying it. I keep finding reasons to go back to it, but I just need, you know what I mean? Like, there are times where I'm just working and I just don't want to play anything, so... And that's kind of where I'm at right now. But that is one of the titles that I want to return to.
Okay.
Because it's so pick up and play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like this one was on my the last one on my worst games list, and it's the last one on my best just because of I feel like of the improvements they've made to it. I've got WWE 2K20 on here again,
Nice.
just because it's playable. I mean, I mentioned that the My Career mode still just does not look very polished. I feel like if they could polish that up, then I mean it's still fun to play because it's an actual like kind of cohesive storyline.
Yeah, because you play as both the male and the male.
Yeah, you play as a male and a female, and it's kind of like, so how it works is like it does like almost like a Tarantino thing. Like your characters are getting ready for like the Hall of Fame ceremony. Doesn't say if you're getting inducted or not, which I doubt it, but you walk out and you start talking to like X-Pac and you start reminiscing, and when you reminisce, that's when you're going back to your beginnings.
Okay.
And so I mean it's fun to play. It just doesn't look very good, but I feel like the way that they have at least fixed everything, like it's playable, and I didn't feel like I feel like I spent the right amount of money on it when I got it on sale. So.
I agree. I think you came off really well. You came up on that one.
Yeah.
I'm so my entire list is I'm super torn about where I'm placing things. I just really don't know. I think 10. I'm gonna say Days Gone.
Okay.
Just because at the end I enjoyed playing it, but it's not something that I enjoyed playing enough that I would really go back to. But it turned out being a pretty good game. You know, and so I would probably call that my 10.
So Days Gone is one of those titles that I said before in the previous cast where I was like, it really hurt not to put that on my list. I was thinking about it today. It was much easier, it was much easier to make this list than it was to make the bad games list. I feel like this is one of the best years for video games, personally. Just in terms of things that came back and things that are, you know, newer titles and everything like that. I feel like this is just a stellar year, and Days Gone is part of that. I was trying to find a way to like insert like how I could do an honorable mention with Days Gone.
Sure.
Days Gone is probably like the most honorable of honorable mentions ever.
That's exactly what I was thinking, because I was looking at my list and it's not that I thought it was not worthy of my list. I just forgot that it came out this year and I didn't have it on my list, so I was probably thinking the same thing.
I was sitting there thinking, I was like, okay, I mean, in terms of quality, Pokemon is the better game, but I couldn't tell you that I'm having more fun with Pokemon than I was in Days Gone. But I just made that decision. I was like, okay, you know, I'm going to stick with quality over fun, and I still feel like Pokemon is the better game in terms of quality and not in terms of my own personal enjoyment.
Right.
But Days Gone absolutely should get a spot in a top 10 because I feel like that game has some heart to it.
My number 9 is After Party for Xbox.
Which I still want to play.
I haven't finished it yet. I'm almost done, but it's just so much fun. Like it's
just not that little bit that I watched. It was so fucking interesting. Interesting. No, but it's very interesting.
It is. It's one of those games. It doesn't break any ground. It doesn't
It's so quirky and
but
just,
it's quirky. Yeah, it's quirky. It's fun. It's definitely unique in the sense that
So I think I asked you about it last episode, one of the episodes we did before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 2D scroller, right?
Yeah, it's a 2D scroll.
plays.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you're just scrolling through these places.
2D.
Yeah, and you'll enter buildings and 2D scroll the buildings, and then
Right.
you'll interact with people, or there'll be mini games, and the more you drink, the quirkier your dialogue options are.
It's a lot like real life too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you'd be surprised on how far good writing and good dialogue would take you in a video game.
Yeah.
That's something that is sorely overlooked in a lot of titles. It's just we don't need to worry too much about that. But I mean, this game kind of lives and dies by it.
Yeah, and it does a phenomenal job. I think the writing in this game is stellar, and I totally recommend
Good
it.
writing on a 2D scroller reminds me a lot of The Messenger. I don't know if you guys have played that.
I never
Played the
played
fuck out of the Messenger.
And that game is so great.
Yeah, the Messenger was one of those really great indie titles of last year.
Yeah.
My number 9 is actually another indie title that came out this year. It's called Katana Zero.
Heard of that?
Yeah, this game's fucking really cool. It's it kind of does its own thing. It's super grungy and almost kind of very Blade Runner-esque. It's just got that kind of same vibe to it. Mm-hmm. It's a 2D pixel scroller, like a 2D scroller, and the whole idea is that you're this lone swordsman that has some kind of control over time in space. And so you'll come into a screen, and it's different levels and stairs and such of how you're supposed to find out the proper way to clear out this little screen of enemies. But the thing is that it's one hit kill, so they kill you instantly. And the thing is that these guys got guns and they got all kinds of shit. So you have to be as strategic as possible to try and find out a way. And you have those powers I said, where you have a split second to reflect a bullet back to an enemy that just shot you or whatever. It's kind of hard to explain, but the story is really fucking cool. Apparently you're this soldier that these powers that you have are because of some kind of crazy experimental drug that they experimented on you with. And then now it's just this big tale of intrigue and hey, when the hell did this start happening? Trying to figure out the backstory of your character. It's really, really fucking cool, and it plays like a dream on the Switch. So I can't recommend it enough. And I think it's only $15. So definitely check it out.
When you said Blade Runner-esque, that reminded me that I saw a video recently that there was a YouTuber that had modded his PC so that he could play the original point-and-click Blade Runner game from the 90s.
Oh, that's dope.
And I used to have that game on our old family computer, and I absolutely love those point-and-click adventure games. It's one of my favorite genres. So I used to play the fuck out of that one, and I was watching this guy play it, and it's very low resolution, but it's one of those games that's so old you have absolutely no way to play it on a modern PC.
Hell yeah.
But I thought that was really cool.
Interesting.
So my number 9 is the Blair Witch game that came out on Xbox.
Okay. I heard that game plays kind of like Outlast.
And it just came
yeah.
to PS4 as well.
Did it?
Uh-huh.
It does play like Outlast. It's a first person. You play, I can't remember the dude's name, but you are out in the woods looking for this kid that has gone missing, and you've got your German Shepherd, your dog, with you. I'm spacing on names completely, but dog meat, yeah,
Good dog,
yeah,
good boy.
But your dog can sense when things are around, and it will find clues and stuff for you. And then I didn't play through the whole game, but the deeper you go, there's a you find clues. You find a video camera, and you find like clues laying around, and you watch the footage on the camera, and it's the captor like recording everything, and if you have to go back to the right spot on the videotape, and it will like open up a new clue for you, and you have to follow that clue.
Okay.
And then I think the scariest fucking thing that I ever saw in this game was like the very first time that you encounter, I'm assuming it's the Blair Witch, but I'm not like 100% sure because I only played about maybe like a good half of this game. But you're meeting the sheriff back at this tree to like, you know, progress further in the search, and you're like talking to him, and you're like, I'm here, and it gets revealed that your character has like PTSD, and he'll go into like these weird like triggered flashbacks.
Oh,
and
wow.
Your dog will have to like, your dog's a support animal is what it turns out. But you're like, I'm here, and he's like, I'm here too, and he's just like, and then he just goes off. He's like, you weren't fit to go out and help us, and you shouldn't have done this. And he's like, I'll find the fucking kid or whatever, you know. And then all of a sudden, like, it gets dark, and like you see the tree like shaking, and like it's kind of lit up. You see it shaking, and then your dog will start growling, and then your dog will point in the direction where this creature is, and then you have to like shine your light on it, and then you have to like keep finding it, and it will just randomly like appear as you're walking through the woods, and
That's
it's
fucking
fucking
crazy.
terrifying.
Yeah, that sounds dope.
But I would like to go back and play some more of it. I just haven't had the time, but I absolutely loved what I played.
So I am going. Jeez. I think I am going to go with Death Stranding for my number 9.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's enjoyably weird, but you know, at least since I'm not anywhere near all the way through it, of course, it's just so expansively
All I can say
empty.
at this point, because I don't know where you guys are at, but stick with it, because
Yeah.
after you finish chapter 6, like, it just fucking explodes
Yeah?
with like story.
Okay.
And I finished 6 and 7 last night, and I'm playing through 8. I won't spoil anything, but that 8 focuses on Hartman,
Yeah.
and like I learned his story, and I was just like, oh my fucking god! Like, it just like all of a sudden it's just like, boom.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
once
need
you,
to-
once you get past chapter, for me it was right as you pass chapter 4.
Yeah.
As soon as you pass chapter 4, like, it totally does pick up. You start, it's kind of like how Days Gone was, where everything was just kind of shit in the
Yeah.
beginning, and then like as the further you got to the story, like the better your weapons were, the better your gear was, and all that. It's exactly what happens here.
And it's
Gotcha.
weird because I was kind of feeling the same thing as Cole, like earlier when I was playing the game. I'm like this game, like, I don't know. I mean, the story's good, but it's just like, I don't know. And then like I got past, I played chapter 6, which is Mama's chapter, and I was just like, holy shit, like this, like I can't stop playing this game now. Like I need to find out about everyone.
For me, like, it's still also just that some of the different mechanics and some of the different menus are just so fucking convoluted. It kind of takes me out of the game.
So on that note, they're doing a patch here in the next couple weeks,
Oh, really?
making that text bigger.
Oh, good.
I mean, I don't know how much that applies to other
that'll-
people, but
that'll help.
that was a
Oh
big
no,
thing
I have a 55-inch TV, and I'm just like, what does this grenade do? Like,
Yeah.
Fucking Phil, imagine how I feel. I'm just sitting on my couch, and I'm like, I got this monster in front of me, and I can't even, I can barely read what's
Yeah.
going
I'm
on.
the same way, dude. Like I've got a 47-inch screen, and I'm just like, huh? Like,
Yeah, I gotta just fucking put it in and just finish it. Like that like that's just
Yeah.
what I gotta do.
Yeah.
I'm convinced at this point. I'm not gonna do any extra bullshit. I'm just gonna just go and just
Right.
dive into
that's
it.
when
and
I
get it
started
over with.
really liking the game. Is when I just stopped doing like the standard orders
See,
or the bot orders.
I'll do bot ones just to try and build the reputation up.
Mm-hmm.
And if I see like a lost cargo, then I'll go and I'll pick it up and just
I'll do the same
See,
thing.
that's my
I did-
fucking
I-
problem.
I
I'll just
did
do
Lost
Lost
Cargo
Cargo
at
at-
first, and now I'm like, fuck it.
That's my fucking problem. Is I come across something like that, and I'm like, oh, I gotta do it. I gotta do
Yeah.
it. And then, and then you're like in the middle of it, and you're like, what the fuck am
I
I
will
doing?
say
This is so pointless.
That one delivery that I sent the picture of, fuck that. Because it takes you up into the mountains. Because there's a...
Oh, the one, yeah, dude.
Oh my
There was
God.
nothing there.
See, and I'm still at the point where it's like, yeah, go all the way fucking west over here. Oh, and then take the thing that you got over there all the fucking way back to the beginning, you dumb piece of shit.
He'll do whatever we say.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, god
just
damn it.
Norman Reedus.
But yeah, so I mean, it just
Norman
it like that definitely makes me more hopeful. But for the time being, I'm just not in it.
By the way, I don't know, everything that I've seen Norman Reedus in, he's just gross and dirty. Like,
Yeah.
he's never clean.
Yeah, never
I don't-
ever.
Like,
I mean,
Walking Dead.
He's not really particularly dirty in Boondock
No.
Saints, but he doesn't look clean
no,
either.
no, he doesn't.
Yeah, no.
That's actually my favorite rendition of Reedus is him in Boondock.
Oh god, everything about that movie.
Yeah,
He just has like some fucking
I'm
great.
a
char-
huge Boondock Saints buff. Like,
I used to really love that movie. I mean, I still do to some extent.
I cosplayed Rocco
Yeah.
at Comic Con when my hair
Yeah,
was
I've
super
seen
long. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great fucking movie. But my favorite thing, I mean, like, not my favorite, but I feel like the most aesthetically pleasing version of Norman Reedus is when he has his hair back, when he's doing the whole punish snake thing from Metal Gear 5.
I don't like it. I always put the hat on or the sunglasses on.
Really? I dig it. I mean,
Get out of here,
I don't
ugly
know.
Reedus.
Norman Reedus is just what a weird dude. You know, and then like every time I gotta watch him take a shit, and the cover comes over it, and it's like, and apparently there's a line in the game where like he looks at a motorcycle and he says, "Oh, that'd be a cool motorcycle to have on AMC's The Road." Or, the ride with Norman Reedus. Apparently that's a real thing.
Wow.
Fucking, I don't know. Have you come to the part where Dead Man is trying to talk to you without them hearing?
No.
Oh my god, I could not stop laughing because fucking, so he comes in and he's like, "Oh, I'm very dirty. Do you mind if I take a shower?" And you're just like, "Fucking go ahead." So
Yeah.
he gets in there, and then he like motions and like you're both in the shower talking. He's like, "I don't want," because he has like suspicions about.
Well, but I mean,
Die
haven't
Hardman.
people talked to you in the shower before? So can't they hear it?
I don't know, but like he's
The
like.
fuck Kojima.
He's like telling you all these things, and then like he inches closer, and Sam with like his fear is just like, and he's like got him like up against the wall, and he's like, and then this thing happens, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on, dude? Like
God.
when you get to it, like I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh yeah. My number 8 is Fire Emblem. The only reason why it's not higher on the list is because I completely forgot about the game and stopped playing it. So I'm back on it. But
Really? You picked it back up.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I picked it back up. It's just I stopped playing it because everything else was coming out.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, this game is amazing. Like this game is nothing short of a fucking masterpiece.
Dude, wait till you finish it once, like.
Yeah, and that's where I think like if I had finished it, it'd be higher up on this list. But because I haven't finished it,
I'm like 20 hours in on my second one, I think.
because I just got to the part where his like guardian or his dad or whatever that guy is dies.
Oh, Geralt.
Yeah,
Oh.
like that's where I'm at. Like that's where I stopped.
Oh, he's almost to the really good part of that.
And
game.
then like when you get your summary at the very beginning, it's all like somber and like sad music.
Yeah.
And I was just like, no.
Yeah. So I mean, but
keep playing it.
Yeah.
You're like coming up on the
Yeah.
best part of the game.
so yeah, and so I mean that's where that's why it's at number 8 on my list, not for any other reason. But
Okay. Yeah, that fucking that piece of that game is so cool. When we're gonna talk about Fire Emblem later. My number 8 is Bloodstained. It's funny because this is actually the very first game that I ever talked about on this podcast, which is really kind of cool. I really dig this game. I dig it a lot. It was on my worst games, just the port for the Switch.
Oh, right.
And but I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the PS4 port. I love it. I really, really dig it. It's like everything I've ever wanted in a newer age Castlevania game. Koji Igarashi is everywhere in this game, and it shows. Igarashi was the first guy to basically say "fuck you" to Konami before Kojima made it cool. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's
fucking hipster.
It's just really cool. I love the art style and the music in this game.
It's so good.
So
I have the
fucking good
Game Pass of it, and
oh my god, that main title, the press start, is so good. Like it's like if I find a game that I'm listening to outside of playing like music that I'm listening to outside of the game, I'm just fucking into it.
Dude, I found like I don't think it's the official soundtrack, but it's like a Death Stranding playlist, and I was just like listening to it the other day just because.
Is it all of its synthy shit?
Yeah, dude, like all that low
me.
roar.
Yeah, it's mostly low roar. I was gonna say
because they're like the entire fucking soundtrack is them.
Yeah, I had an inkling, a little bit of a desire to platinum the game, and then I saw the trophy list, and I was like, nope, not doing that. I mean, I had Kingdom Hearts 3 Vietnam flashbacks with that one, like doing all of the fucking.
I have
Kingdom Hearts 3.
One more on Modern Warfare, and then I have the platinum.
Wow, dude, that's dope.
Guess which one it is?
What?
Beat the game on veteran or season.
Oh.
It's really not that hard. Just pound it out. It's
I'm going to because I've done all of the prerequisite stuff. So
yeah, it's I'm a super huge nerd for this game and like the anime art style of it, and it does have some detractors, but I felt like it didn't really ever affect the main presentation and package as a whole.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a really great game. Just don't play it on Switch. Just play it on PS4, Xbox, or PC.
Cool.
Nice.
My number 8, and this similar reasons to Eddie with his Fire Emblem, is just because I haven't put a ton of time into this game, but I have absolutely fucking loved what I've played, is the Outer Worlds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just feel like, I don't know. I just haven't, obviously I just haven't played it very much, but I have friends that are like my buddy Neil's playing it a second time, and he's doing a whole different like style of character on his second playthrough. I just haven't gotten through it, but like everything that I've played from it is just very well done. I will just love how everything is just like Fallout-esque.
Oh yeah.
Like when you open up a dialogue with somebody and the camera zooms in on them and it has like their upper part, and you're talking to them, I was just like, hey, wait a minute, like, I recognize that.
It's really good.
Then like the dialogue and everything is like almost Fallout-esque too. Like,
everything's so well written in that game.
And I just love the fact that if you do your dialogue options, you can just talk your way out of literally anything.
I was playing it today, actually, before coming over here, and I went over to take over a whole space station, and there were these people following me, and I ended up like using the like dress up, the where you had like someone's ID and you can like dress as them or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So that happened, and they came over to the like communication screen, and they're like, ha ha ha, we've been following. Oh sir, it's you. and they're like, yeah, what the fuck? Like the dialogue's pretty much like, yeah, what are you doing here, soldier? Peel back, go off, take off. He goes, yeah, I will. Sorry, I thought you were somebody else. I'll just turn on the security measures while I'm at it. And there was one dialogue option where it's like, you're not even supposed to know about this base, let alone interact with it. And they're like, yeah, you're right. I don't want to get court-martialed. We'll just leave then. And they left, dude. And I explored that whole station without a single bullet needing fired.
That's amazing.
It was so.
There was
cool.
that one where you run into. You're gonna have to remind me of her name, but the other companion that you pick up, the bounty hunter chick in the bar.
Oh yeah,
Yoko or Yoka.
Yeah, something like
Nyoko.
that. Nyoko, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yoko
you had,
Ono,
yeah, you had to go pick up the sobering up pills for her. And I went and talked to the lady, and I basically just hit on her and just made her let me go up there. She's like, I was like, so what are these pills again? She's like, oh, you mean the ones upstairs in the safe and the door on the right? Yeah. And I was like, all right, just walked up there, took them, and left.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I would like to.
God, I can't wait to play this fucking game.
Yeah,
I wish it were.
I want to play.
I wish it
really
were
bad.
possible to just do an entire playthrough just with dialogue, just specifically dialogue, and just not have to do anything to anybody. Like that would be hilarious.
That
But
would be dope.
That's my number. We're on 8, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my number 8.
So my number 8 is gonna be Ultimate Alliance.
This is lower on your list than I thought it was going to be.
Well, there are a bunch of fucking good games.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, there is.
like,
Send them all.
Send them all.
it's like I said, man. I had a really hard time putting together this list and figuring out where I was gonna place everything.
I'm interested to hear the rest of your list then. Yeah, because this is a little bit of a curveball.
But no, I like so. I mean, I've really enjoyed it. It's a tried and true formula for me, and I really have had fun with this game. But yeah, no, it's been a really fun game. I'm really only halfway through it just because I keep getting distracted by other things. But
Makes sense.
but yeah, no, I've had a blast with it, and it's just I really like the way they kind of it's almost it seems partially inspired by the cinematic universe with all of their own like but like let's do it kind of more this way, like they use their own sort of ideas and just kind of mash that up, and it like it works really well, and I really like it.
My number 7 is Mortal Kombat 11. When I was playing this game, like this was all I wanted to play. It was also my first platinum of the year. So, it's Mortal Kombat. There's really not much to say about it. It's just
You shut your mouth.
it was fun. It was the first Mortal Kombat game I've platinumed also, so that was pretty cool.
I still can't believe you did that.
I did.
I gave up. Like,
Yeah.
I'm done, dude.
That sounded intense.
It was. Dude, trust me. Like
That's so fucking ridiculous.
at some points, it's probably the hardest platinum I've gotten.
Like, you look at me like I'm crazy because I platinum Sekiro. I look at you like you're fucking nuts. Like playing that many matches. Oh my god.
Not only is it towers. So I had like
Fuck those towers.
yeah, bro.
Fuck those towers.
I had to do 250 of those towers, bro. So it was like matches of like 5, 6, 7 at a time, and then there were times where I found like a tower that was only like 2 people, and then I was just
I read online because I was looking at ways to do it faster. You know,
yeah.
Because I half-ass a lot of things.
Because of who I am as a person. And
At least you're honest with yourself, though.
And
that's the thing.
this guy was saying, and it worked. I just gave up too soon on trying to get the platinum. But basically, you go in to the I think it's the never-ending one. You fight a match. Well, you can put it on auto fight first of all, so that it's just playing the match for you. And then after you finish that match, you exit the tower and you go back in, and that will give you a tower completion.
Oh, that's right.
So you
because
just keep doing that, and that's. And I was like, I did that for like a good. I think I got the 100 and there's like 110 and one something, and then 250, right?
Yeah, it was 125.
Yeah, I didn't quite. I got like 117, and I was just like, no.
Yeah, dude. Like honestly, like I went into auto fight mode, like because I would like sit there and just play the towers, and like there were times where I would just like throw a podcast on and just fucking finish some towers.
That's sometimes what you have to do. I mean, that's what I did with Sekiro too. Sekiro had this insane fucking trophy, and I think I put on Rogan or something because I was like, I'm gonna be here for fucking forever, so I might as well just. I mean, sometimes that's just what you got to do.
Yeah,
you know?
you just gotta bang it out, dude, and that's what I did. I banged it. It definitely was one of the more satisfying platinums that I've gotten.
Right on.
But yeah,
jeez.
My number 7 is Catherine Fullbody.
Ah.
I'm telling you, Motherfuckers are sleeping on this game. This game is so good. It's so good. It's like everything I want in like mature storytelling. Like in terms of like how to deal with like being an adult and like adult relationships and all this shit. This game's really fucking good. And talking, you know, we were talking about good writing with After Party. This game has some of the best fucking writing like ever.
And
it's dude, it is so good. And I'm sure it's on sale right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I can't really say much about this game without giving away a lot of shit. But you're playing as this guy. He's 30 something. You know, he's kind of disenfranchised with life. Like, he's been with this chick for a big chunk of his life, like high school sweethearts, right? And he's just kind of, she wants to take things to the next level, but he's kind of, you know, wishy-washy on it. Like, he doesn't really know what to do. And then all of a sudden, he starts having these wild fucking nightmares at night where he's climbing these platforms. And that's the main, like, piece of the game, of like gameplay, is like it's a puzzle game. You're trying to find your way up these platforms. And so in the things that they incorporate into the game, like, is the further you play into it, you know, they add different ways you prevent you from climbing up and stuff, and it's really cool. That gameplay loop is super satisfying. But you come to Catherine for not only the phenomenal fucking score, which is, you know, you're gonna notice kind of a common theme with my games, is that they all have stellar fucking music, and this game is no exception. And great artwork. I mean, obviously it's made by Atlas. It's made by most of the people in the Persona team. And if Persona 5 Royal is anything like this new full body version of Catherine, I'm fucking all in. Like, I really am.
Oh, yeah.
I like, please do not sleep on this game. This game is so fucking good.
I played the first Catherine, and the music whenever you start the puzzle, that was my favorite part. Just listening to the music whenever you start like the next level.
Yeah. Yeah, and the other part of the game is you go and you are just hanging out in a bar with your friends. And you get to walk around, you get a drink, you know, and you get to walk around and talk to people and hear what they have to say. And, like, normally this sounds like, you know, boring shit for a video game. But, like, the more you walk around and the more you talk to these people and you see, like, these are, like, fully fledged characters. Like, they're fully
fleshed
out and understood. And, like, the way that they incorporate every character into the game is so... It's masterful. It is masterful storytelling and masterful writing, and I can't, like, it's kind of one of the biggest games that got me, like, really into the whole anime scene. It's just on how because I love the art style and I love the writing and everything, and it's baffling to me that people on the other side of the fucking world, like, that's how kind of simplistic human problems are, is that even though they're on the other side of the fucking world, we still deal with the same shit.
Yeah.
It's still people, you know what I mean? And we still deal with people things. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Please play this game. It's so good.
I might have to borrow that from you
it's
one
so
of these days.
Fucking good. Like, I might even just buy it for you. Because, like, well, I mean, and the reason I say that is because, like, this is a game that you want to play over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Because it's not very long. I think the game really... I think Angela fucking banged that thing out in like 4 hours.
Jeez.
Like, she's, like, pretty close to getting the platinum. So,
all right.
Yeah, like, I can't recommend it enough.
Nice.
Don't look at it as just another weeb game. Definitely has more, you know, like, and that's basically my whole list in a nutshell. Is, you know,
I was just gonna say,
is weeb likes weeb shit, you know, like that's basically my whole list. But like,
today's news story.
Yeah.
Weeb likes weeb shit.
Yeah, please
That's
don't.
not news.
Just play it. It's got some of the best storytelling in any video game that I've ever played.
hell yeah.
So, my number 7 was Death Stranding. There's another honorable mention that I might want to just mention honorably in place of Death Stranding, because we've already talked a good chunk on that when
Go for it.
it was on your list, right, Derek?
Right. Mhm.
It's a game I picked it up on Steam. It's called NeoCab, and it's a game. It takes place in the future. It's a 100% like story-driven dialogue game.
Okay.
It takes place in the future where everything is pretty much automated. So like your character is the last known human taxi cab driver like in existence.
Okay.
And so people are like, oh, hey, we can just take this automated cab, or if we want to, like have somebody to talk to, we can, get this cab from this cab driver. And you're essentially just like making dialogue choices and just like talking to these people, and they're telling you all these stories, and it's not like an amazing, well, I mean, it's pretty amazing, but it's not like
something. It's not like
it's a really interesting idea for a game, and it's really, really well executed, and it's not very long at all either. I think maybe like 4.5 hours, but yeah, I kept seeing things come up about it, and I decided to play it, and I absolutely loved it. And I think that's on the Switch too.
That reminds me of a little really, really weird and obscure game that I played on the Vita a couple years ago. It's called Actual Sunlight. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's I'm sure it's on Steam. But it's
I had a Vita for like a couple weeks.
So did everyone else.
I actually sold it to Eddie.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
really?
and then like I had it for like a month, and then sold it myself.
Y'all motherfuckers are what was wrong with the Vita.
No, it was the memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this Actual Sunlight game it's just this really weird pixelized version. Like they easily could have. It looks like they could have made it on that RPG Maker game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like it looks like that, but it's all about this guy that is pretty convinced that he's going to kill himself, and so you're like going through his life and like seeing all the bullshit that he goes through and like dealing with those adult relationships and everything like that. Very, very weird game, but it is a really good game, and I'm sure you can buy that game for like $2 on Steam. It's just called Actual Sunlight. It's I'm sure you could play it in like an hour, and I'm sure you could get it for like $2 to $3 on Steam.
Any last words?
Right.
Actual Sunlight.
Actual Sunlight. Yeah.
Okay, I'll look into that.
Very fucking weird game, but yeah, definitely check it out.
So, I think mine would be Super Mario Maker 2. Just because I fucking love the shit out of watching the videos, like the Game Grumps videos, and like
So you started watching Game Grumps?
a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
I love watching the videos of these people try and go through these insane fucking levels.
Bro,
It's so
some of
funny.
the most entertaining shit.
It
on this
really
planet.
is.
I didn't even play. I mean, I don't have it anymore because I got caught up with other things, but I loved I didn't even play like any of the like the story or whatever.
Yeah.
I just got it, and I just nonstop was just like playing levels that people made.
Yeah, they actually announced an update, a title update for that game where they are putting Link in the game. Link from The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, nice.
But it's the NES one, but you can like find the Master Sword as a power-up. And so when you hit the Master Sword, you turn into Link, and you have like Link's entire repertoire of fucking tools and shit. So you have like the boomerang, the bow and arrow, the sword, the shield, bombs, and everything. I'm like, dude, motherfuckers are gonna make like original Zelda games in Mario Maker 2, and it's gonna be cool as fuck.
That's
like,
amazing.
They're just gonna make an even more pixelized version of fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Could you make that much in a Mario Maker level?
No, so what I would imagine what they do is that they'd make
It's
like
like
an
a
entire
chunk of
level.
it.
You can make that level as long as you possibly want.
Oh, okay.
But you can make like one level and then like have it titled like episode 1 or episode 2 or like level 1 or level 2 as like as a greater whole of
Right,
a game. You know what
okay.
I mean? I could totally see somebody doing that. And I'm sure somebody's planning on fucking doing that.
But yeah, no, like just for pure entertainment value, like that game's the shit.
That game's fucking rad. and everybody bought it.
Yeah.
like everybody bought that game, so I can it's gonna last forever too.
Oh yeah.
The original lasted forever too, and the Wii U was a fucking dead console. So
Hell yeah. My number 6 is Days Gone. I really enjoyed the fuck out of this game. Like this game was, you know, the reason why it's right there. It was also the second game I platinumed in the year. I really did. I dug the shit out of it. There was nothing that I mean, it was never a dull moment. Things that I was trying to do while I was trying to platinum it was fun as well. Like there was no tedium as far as the game goes. Everything else we've already talked about. So
that game, I just want to say, it's one of those that, despite some of the flaws, like, because at first when I played this game and it wasn't as good for how I want it to be, for how long they put making this game off, I would just be like, fuck this, you know, this is not okay. And then like I kept playing it and I was like, you know, they like put like their blood, sweat, and tears into this game, and I can't hate it. It just, despite, you know, the little flaws that it had, it was still just a fantastic
that's exactly that you pretty much explained it the way that I felt about it.
there's a lot of passion put into
Exactly.
this game. I feel like I'm always gonna hold Days Gone in a special place in my heart, just because that was the first game I was playing when we were moving. We moved everything into this new house, and that transitionary period is really hard. Like, you know, moving to a new place is scary, especially when you bought the place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's all kinds of you know, legality shit that you have to go into, and you're signing paper after paper after paper and stuff like that, and I don't know really what it was, because like moving to a different like apartment or a different like rental, like never really, it was just like, okay, now we just live here. You know, we
like,
live here instead of there. But like buying a house, it's a weird feeling, like, and it's Days Gone was always kind of just like there. And like I was thinking about it the other day, I was like, I have music that I was listening to during that transitionary period as well that I like hold, you know, it's almost kind of like comfort food. And that's how Days Gone was for me as well.
It's gonna give you that kind of nostalgia every time you think about it.
Yeah, exactly. And like back when that's all we really had was my TV and a fucking, you know, a folding chair. You know, like, that's all we had, and our bed upstairs, and that's all we had. But and like just playing Days Gone in a fucking folding chair in front of my TV, like that it's just it's a special memory.
That was the well, besides I guess right before Spider-Man dropped, but we got to play Days Gone before it came out.
Yeah,
That was cool as fuck.
On the PlayStation bus.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that was so fucking cool.
Dude, playing Spider-Man on the PlayStation bus though, like,
Yeah.
for me, I was like, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. Like, so it was just weird.
I think this game kind of really solidified like us, like as a group. You know what I mean? Like, like I think like this was the time where we're like, yeah, dude, like let's do like
let's all play this and let's all wait for everyone to finish it so we can all talk about it.
yeah, like I think this was like the beginning of our like review episodes and things like that. So I really do. This game really does hold a special place in my heart as well.
God, now I want to put it on my list. My number 6 is Devil May Cry 5. I can't really say a whole lot about this game because, I mean, none of you are really fans of the game. This is 100% a fan game.
Yeah.
Made for the fans.
I love the old ones. I just haven't played the new one yet.
I've only played 4. Like that's like the only game out of the Devil May Cry series.
I've played them all. I just haven't played the new one yet.
Played them all.
Send them to
Play
me.
them all.
Play them all.
Send them to my house.
5 is fucking awesome. Like, everything about this game is cool as shit. Like, the music is great. The combat is super easy to pick up, but, like, incredibly hard to master.
I did play the demo, and I was very impressed.
It looks gorgeous. It's running off that RE engine. What else? There, like that. The storytelling in it is just so Devil May Cry. It's kind of campy and it's kind of like, oh, okay, whatever. You know, it looks fucking gorgeous. Like, it's like easily one of the prettiest games of the year. I really dig this game just because of how deep that combat system goes, especially when you're playing as Dante, because like the majority of the game, a big chunk of the game in the beginning, you're playing as Nero, and you're playing as this new guy named V. And Nero's always been fun to play as, but like you kind of play Devil May Cry for Dante.
Yeah.
And oh boy, when you get to play as Dante, they don't fucking hold back. They give you like, and it's like this non-stop, steady progression of like getting new everything, like new weapons, new armor, like everything, bro. It's so fucking cool.
That's fucking
And the way, like, I've seen some nasty shit on how they fucking play, like people play Devil May Cry 5. Like they go on like to the end boss, which is ridiculously fucking hard, mind you. Like, and I'm, pretty good at this game, and I had a hard time with it. But they go on the hardest difficulty with the hardest boss, and they are just bullying this man. Like,
You be nice.
like the way that they go into it.
You shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy.
leave Dante alone.
Poor little feller.
Poor little feller.
Yeah, please. Like, those other games are good in their own right. I mean, Devil May Cry 1 and 2 are coming to the Switch.
Oh.
And then I think Devil May Cry 3 is also coming to the Switch, which is the one that you want to play.
I have the it kind of surprised me when it happened, but like in the infancy of my Twitch Prime, because I had Amazon Prime, then they came out with Twitch Prime, and I was like, let's see what this is all about. One of the games they gave out was the Devil May Cry HD collection.
Yeah.
And I was like, no shit, dude. So I had them all on my PC, and I think I played through 1 and 2, and then, because I think it's all 4 of them, if I'm not mistaken, but or maybe it's just the first 3, but I played through a good chunk of them, and then they just kind of drifted into my backlog.
So the first, I know what you're talking about. The first package is 1, 2, and 3.
That's what
and
I
then
thought.
4 is like its own thing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So that first package is just Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3. Devil May Cry 1 is pretty good. It's not the best. It's just kind of like an early PS2 game.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry 2 is really bad. I recommend you stay away. But
I remember playing it, and I was just like,
it's just
I
not
liked
good.
this? Like, yeah.
It's just not good, and it's really weird considering like how good the first one is.
Yeah.
It's fun fact. It's Devil May Cry is actually the byproduct of what Resident Evil 4 was supposed to be.
Oh.
So when they started making Resident Evil 4, they were like, okay, this is not Resident Evil, and we need to do something different. But they still took everything that they were working on for that game and made it into its own title,
That's badass.
which is cool as fuck. Devil May Cry 3 is one of the greatest fucking action games ever made.
Yep.
Like no joke, it's one of the best. And so, but 4 is okay. It's all right. Like, it's just, there's a lot of backtracking issues with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that 5 is making 3 like really making its run for its money.
I wanted to not like it, but the DMC game is actually like, it's decent. Like,
A lot of
I like
people
that.
shit on that game, but they
I liked
shouldn't.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's super edgy. Like, you can cut yourself
what
just
is
by
this
looking
emo
at it.
Dante?
And I didn't really agree with the way that they went about Dante in those games. I'm not like a diehard Devil May Cry fan. I'm just kind of like I'm like a passive fan at most, But I think that the way that people like disregarded that game was just not cool at all. That game was really fucking good. It's kind of hard to recommend it just though because it is the 5th game in this long running series, and it's kind of I don't know. It's like play 4 if you like 4. Then really check out 5. I mean, fuck it. Play 5. Just play 5. Like, don't play any of the other ones. Like, dude, they have like this crazy fucking options list that makes everything like super fucking fun to play, and then it also has this incredibly extensive backlist, like list of characters, and it tells you like everything. Like it'll fucking tell you everything you need to know about Dante, everything. So like if you're okay with that, then please play this game. Fuck, man, game's fucking amazing.
And I think it's on Game Pass.
If it is, then you need to hop the fuck on that shit.
I'm pretty sure that it's on Game Pass.
Yeah. My number 6 is Devil May Cry 5.
My number 6 goes to Borderlands 3. I loved the shit out of this game. Like I was playing it like when it came out, it was the only game I was playing, and I finished it. It had a fantastic ending. I was a little disappointed with the Halloween event because it was just really grindy. Like you had to kill like 100 of this enemy to get like a skin.
Oh,
it was grindy. The only reason I still have it is because I want to go back and start some new characters, but I got the deluxe edition, so I want to see what they come out with for like the season pass, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm still just like, what? Because the ending was just fantastic, and I'm still just sitting here like, what? Like I was trying to comprehend it for like 2 days after I played it. But yeah, that game was really, really, really well done, and my favorite character from that game was probably Chris Hardwick's character.
Okay,
the Raider leader.
Damn, they put Chris Hardwick in that
dude.
game.
Because he was in his same character was the main character from Tales from the Borderlands, the Telltale game.
Okay, I never played that game.
Yeah, that was a good one too. One of the greatest scenes in my opinion, from any video game is in Tales of the Borderlands, and they're walking out of this I can't remember where they're walking out of, but they're walking out and they get confronted by like these thugs, and one of them, like, you know how in like thriller movies or whatever, the guy will just kind of like pretend to go like this.
He gives you
Well,
like
they
the
do
finger
that,
gun, yeah.
and it's like an actual gunshot. So they have a shootout with finger guns, and it's the greatest thing ever.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah. And I can't remember. I know that the antagonist in the game is somebody really noteworthy, and I gotta look it up really quick. But
in Borderlands 3?
in Tales of the Borderlands. But Borderlands 3 was great. If you haven't finished it yet,
I haven't. No,
I highly suggest finishing it, because
it's still on my
the bosses at the end when you fight Tyrene and fucking
whatever his name is,
Troy.
Yeah,
like they are really fun bosses to fight.
Hell yeah.
So my next few are going to be ones that I haven't played yet, but I'm like hyped about.
Okay.
Which my number 6 is Borderlands 3.
Okay.
Like I've got Borderlands 2 or the Handsome Collection. Yep. Played the shit out of that with Pi Hero.
Shout out to Pi Hero.
The antagonist in Tales from the Borderlands is Patrick Warburton.
Oh wow. Shit!
That's badass.
Yeah,
that is cool.
Also, Devil May Cry 5 is on Game Pass.
Fuck yeah! Like what are you waiting for? Play that shit, bro. Play it, dog.
But yeah, so like Borderlands 3, like you've already gone on about it for a good minute, and so that's I don't need. To
I got more. No.
So I don't need to add to that. I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, no, I'm super stoked about it, and I really want to get in on that as soon as I can.
Cool. So before we head to 5 to 1, we just want to let you know that you can subscribe to our Patreon for as low as $1 a month. The $1 tier gets you a sticker and the chance to ask us questions to be read on future shows. We've also got higher tiers if you would like to. Also, if you can't make a monthly contribution, consider donating to our PayPal. A lot of our friends do it that way. Big shout out to Adele and Gilbert for giving us...
Seriously, fuck yeah. You're a stud, dude.
For giving us our last contribution.
I'm his favorite.
Yeah. He's Nick's his favorite, he says.
No, really?
Yeah,
what the fuck? Yeah. What is this shit?
All y'all ain't shit.
But go ahead and subscribe, patreon.com/nerdcorepodcast or paypal.com/nerdcorepodcast. My number 5 is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. This game not only had a phenomenal story, but the multiplayer in this game has completely brought me back as a fan.
It's even better now that they have the battle pass and everything.
Yeah, and like with a battle pass, every DLC is free, so every map that is going to come out, in the future for it is completely free. Battle pass, gunfight's probably one of my favorite modes. Which Cole, they have a gunfight tournament now. No. Yeah.
Yeah, have fun with that. have fun with that.
What, bro? We need to get on this shit.
Dude, me and Cole, when we got on gunfight, dude, we were
wrecking shit.
Yeah, we were
bro.
kicking ass, dog.
Nobody can fuck with us.
Yeah, so yeah, dude.
Have fun with that though, because
I bet, dude, all the fucking
tryhards are gonna come in there with the 725. And it's just never gonna end.
Well, that's if you get that gun in the gunfight.
Yeah, but I mean, the game just it was really well done. Like, go fucking Activision, dude. Like, go fucking Infinity Ward. Like, they legit put their foot in it and fucking knocked it out of the park. Call of Duty hasn't been on a top 10 list for me since Black Ops 3, dude. Like, Black Ops 3. So
I think the last time it was for me was Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, dude, and fuck, Modern Warfare 2 was the shit.
I thought you were just going to stop there. Fuck Modern Warfare 2.
So, number 5, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. If you're a fan of the franchise, or if you're even...
or if you've been not liking the direction they've been going.
Yeah, like if you've been disillusioned by the franchise, please pick this up, because this is...
Been disenfranchised by the franchise.
Yeah.
It's definitely the funnest I've had with a Call of Duty in a long time.
Yeah, and like it's because, like you said, you get this honeymoon phase, right, from Call of Duties, and then you just go away. But you've actually stuck around.
Yeah, I mean, I dropped it like I dropped every other game that I've been playing right now. You know, but I do plan on coming back and doing the platinum, because it seems like a really easy platinum.
It is there's been 2 trophies that have given me. That have been a pain in the ass for me, and it's the one, what is it, the Golden Way, I think, where you have to go through the house at night and kill each person with 1 bullet without taking damage. Because when you're going through that, you get to the one door and the guy's got the woman as a hostage. You kill him, right?
Right.
You have to wait for her to pick up the gun and become a threat to kill her for it to register.
Oh, so
I didn't know this the first 4 times that I tried.
So you're like, what the fuck?
So you're killing both of them at the same time.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's that's 1 shot, and they're just like, nah. And then in the very beginning, when you go through the kitchen door, and you kill them all in the living room, you have to wait for her, because she'll turn around and pick up the gun.
Right.
But yeah, and then the one guy that comes out of the bathroom with the shotgun, he would always just hit me, and luckily it's one of those ones where you can do the restart from checkpoint and you can still get the trophy.
Oh, good.
But that one and the shutting off all the power and going dark for the 4 buildings, my god,
that's crazy.
there's still one. The last one that I'm working on is you go and you have to kill all the enemies in each area without getting backup called on you, and that's been a bitch.
You want to know the easiest platinums to get? Fucking South Park games.
Oh yeah.
But they're still satisfying for some reason.
I don't know. I don't think it gets much easier than the Telltale games.
Yeah,
you just have to
that's
play
true.
the game and you get the platinum.
All right, that's fair. The second easiest.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare is my second honorable mention of the year. I really dug that game a lot, and like you said, you put it. You said everything I wanted to say. It definitely brought my attention back to the Call of Duty franchise for sure.
And I love the challenges that you can assign to and do. And then on top of that, you have your daily challenges.
Yeah, dude, those daily challenges and the mission challenges are so much fun to grind out or to try to get that it keeps you playing the game. It gives just regular multiplayer like a purpose, you know.
Yeah, I bought the battle pass as soon as it dropped.
Because they're connected.
Oh, the 2 boxes?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Just knock your phone out. Get out of here! No, but I bought the battle pass like when it came out. I only bought the one where you don't unlock like the first 20 tiers because I was like, that was like almost $20. You know?
Yeah.
So I just bought the $10 one, and yeah, I'm on like tier 7 or 8 now.
Yeah.
Like I've just been knocking those out.
Yeah, dude. I actually plan on buying the $20 pass.
And
soon.
I remember saying like, oh man, I don't know how I'm gonna feel if they put like transactions in this game, but it hasn't bothered me at all.
No,
because the most of what you can buy is like you have like that hunter skin. When you get the battle pass, you get the Mara and the other guy Azure as 2 new operators, and then you can buy like gun blueprints, and like that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So no, it's definitely a number 5, a top 5 contender for me.
My number 5 is Jedi Fallen Order.
Nice. That's my number 4.
We've talked a little bit about this game. I just want to talk about, real quick about how fucking Star Wars it is.
It really is.
And how well they really did pull from a lot of different directions in terms of like Star Wars lore and everything like that. I really dig it. And as I play it more and more, I start to notice a little bit of an identity issue with the game. Like, it doesn't really know what it wants to be. It doesn't really know if it wants to be an Uncharted or a Dark Souls or you know what I mean? Like, it's that's kind of one of the problems that you come across when you are using a large amount of influence from other games.
Right.
You develop a little bit of this identity crisis, and you just don't really know what you are. I still feel like the game shines through these issues, even though it is a pretty big one. And I feel like a big chunk of why I love this game a lot right now is because of how well done The Mandalorian is as well.
Right.
Like last month was fucking awesome for Star Wars. And
it really was.
We haven't had something like that for a long time. And, I mean, episode 9 comes out this month, and obviously I'm gonna go see it. And and
you're gonna shit all over it.
That's how they're making their money. Is they're just gonna be like, not everyone's gonna like this, but people are just gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna end up seeing it anyways, though.
Because I mean, that's exactly how he sounded about it.
That's
too,
a Star Wars fan, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see it.
They're gonna. I mean, it's the same thing with this fucking Kingdom Hearts DLC. You already
there we go.
You already know I'm gonna play it.
None of us even said it either.
Well, I mean, I'm sitting here looking at it, and it's like a fucking course I gotta play it because it actually looks like a solid ending for the game.
It might do you some justice.
It might
give you a little bit of peace.
Well, one thing that it's doing is that it's doing one-on-one battles with like singular people. Like that was another thing that I
read that it's bringing some more Final Fantasy characters in.
Well, so in the trailer you see Yuffie, you see Aerith, and you see Leon Squall.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have high hopes. I have high hopes for that DLC. I mean, it's like Nomura
wanting to flip it off. He's like,
no, I'm trying really hard to get off of Kingdom Hearts before it divulges into something more. But like, I'm gonna play it. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying about Star Wars is like, I've already seen the other 2 movies, so I feel like I'm like already emotionally invested in these characters. I actually really like Poe Dameron as a character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I really like. What's his name? No.
Kylo Ren.
I do like Kylo Ren. I do like Kylo Ren. I think he's a little bit of a bitch, but I liked him a lot in episode 8. I don't know. The Fallen Order is just like everything I really like about Star Wars.
It's all neatly
and
packed.
They made it into a really cool game.
I agree.
Which is just fucking cool as hell. And we've talked about it quite a bit, and so I won't go much further into it. But I mean, if you're a Star Wars fan, you really need to play this game.
I do.
It's really fucking
I
cool.
want to. I plan on it soon.
It's really cool. Really cool game.
My number 5 is the it's not it I still consider it a new game because it did just drop. Halo Reach on PC. So it's on Game Pass.
It counts.
Was freaking out because I was like, I don't want to pay $40 to play this again, you know. But each episode that's going to be dropping is on Game Pass Ultimate. So, and I have never seen a Halo game look as good as it does on my PC.
No shit.
Like, it is amazing.
So they did it justice.
Oh yeah.
Halo Reach is a special fucking game.
Oh, it's my all-time favorite Halo game, like hands down. And it's cross-compatible with Steam users.
Okay.
So like I've got it on Game Pass. My buddy Neil has it on Steam, and we can just fucking play like whenever we want.
Yeah.
That's badass.
So it's
God damn it.
it's so good on.
It's
the
on
PC,
Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, I got it. Halo Reach is special, bro. That game is so cool.
Do you guys remember Quake?
Do we remember Quake? I remember
I'm
Quake.
familiar. Yes.
It just popped into my head. That's like the only, shooter type
First-person shooter
game that like I ever got into.
You know that that Quake Champions they came out with that was in beta. I think on. I want to say it was on the Epic Store, maybe, or maybe it was no. It was on the Bethesda launcher, I think.
Oh wow.
And it was actually really fun because you had like your different heroes that you or your champions that you would play as. You would like unlock more and more, and like you could give each of them like their own upgrades. And I played it while it was in beta, and then I just stopped playing it. But it was really fucking fun.
Hell yeah.
Right on.
So my number 5 is gonna be Fallen Order.
Okay.
Because I really fucking want to play that game, like so bad. But I was super hyped about it.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I heard about it.
When you do get to play it, it's going to be probably one of the best experiences.
My friend Tyson, he lives in Brigham, and he hit me up on Facebook because I was mentioning that I was trying to get the All Access Pass, anything I could think of to try and get an Xbox again, just so I could play like the actual Game Pass games.
Yeah.
And I was mentioning it, and he was like, if you ever get an Xbox, dude, I've got a copy of Fallen Order with your name on it. And I was like, how much you want for it? He's like, I mean, I'll just give it to you. And I was like, get the fuck out of here.
I need to get an
What?
Xbox.
So now you're like,
Yeah.
fuck, I need an Xbox.
My number 4 is Jedi Fallen Order. We've talked
Oh right.
Ad nauseum.
ad nauseum. Yep.
My number 4 is Jedi.
My number 4 is Gears of War 5.
That's one of my honorable mentions, only because I forgot like half the games that came out this year. And just
Fuck, this
didn't
game
have
is
them.
so much fun.
The game
it's
is
so
fun.
much fun, bro.
It's fun. It's super fun. It made me knock out all the Gears games.
Yeah, it did.
Just so I could play it.
Yeah, it did.
See, I refused to start this game until I finished 4, and I had like maybe 20 minutes of 4 left, so I was like, I was already done. All right, and then I just like jumped back into.
And
5.
it was also the first game that we all jumped on together too.
Yeah, that was pretty cool too.
Oh, me and Cole had a hell of a time trying to play that because
God damn,
to
somebody's
figure out my
microphone was fucked up, and
dude, I'm wondering if it was just my settings or whatever, because I don't know, because
you were doing it on PC, right? You were
Yeah.
playing it through Game Pass on PC.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if there was just something, whether it's something that you're doing or there's something that's
it
wrong
had to
with
have been
their
on
system.
my end. It had to have been because I don't know.
Voice chat between console and PC, there was just something really weird
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that. Because when me and Eddie hooked up, it wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
This game is obviously Gears of War is always going to be super special to me. It was one of the games that I really bonded with my little brother over when we first got the 360,
Nice.
and I just really dig it. I think it's a phenomenal fucking third person shooter, and it made me kind of realize like I didn't really like 4 as much as I thought I did. And so when I jump into 5 and like the story tones are like completely different, like and you know, like I've gone into this before, so I won't repeat myself, but it's just the story went in more of a direction that I really dig, you know, and like I can tell you right now, I can't fucking wait for the next game because of just because of how that game ends and everything.
I'm still working on finishing it, but
Fuck, it's so good.
I played co-op with my buddy Nick way back in the day. I was at his house and we were at a party that he was having at his house, and he was just playing Gears of War at this party, and I was like, "Oh, is this Gears of War?" He's like, "Yeah." I sat down. The entire rest of the party, we just played co-op and like played through the game. And I was like, "Okay, I need to get an Xbox." So there were 2 games that like got me to go out and buy a used 360 from GameStop, and it was Gears 2 and Fable 2. And like I did that, and I played Gears 2, and then I was just like, I was on that Gears path, like one after the other.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, God damn it. I love that game so much. Like, the community is super toxic, which I love too.
Yeah.
Because they just bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch about the dumbest
fucking lag, bro.
Yeah, and like it's fucking...
You have not seen toxic until you play Rainbow Six Siege. My God.
Yeah, I bet, dude.
It's like I'm the last person standing and I get killed, and they're just like, "What was that garbage?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I couldn't handle the 1v3.
Yeah.
My bad."
Fucking, even now, like with crossplay and Modern Warfare, dude.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
It's getting there, dude. Because you know how like when you kill somebody, you get a snippet of their voice right before.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. It's
What
so
the
good.
fuck? Fuck you, pussy! Like
Again with the fucking 725.
It's more like, yo, what the?
yeah,
Yeah.
fucking put.
Oh, dude, it's.
So I guess Gears isn't really, too special.
It's
in that
great. Like
department.
I will put my headset on and I won't be chatting. I'll just have it on mostly so I can hear my surroundings. But just listening to like this dude was I guess this kid was doing a stream from like Mixer or something like that. Mm-hmm. And on console it's weird because because on PC when I'm streaming I can like switch it to where I'm talking to the stream and then like just the stream, and then I can have it to where I'm like chatting with like the other players.
Right.
But it's weird because on console you're just talking to everybody.
Yeah.
And he was talking, and I was like, it took me a second because I'm like, he's talking to himself. I'm like, oh, he's streaming. Because I do that all the time, because that's how you get comfortable with
talking to people. Yeah.
And some guy was just like, at some point was just like, bro, shut the fuck up. I was just like, here it is. It's like the early 2000s all over again.
Seriously.
My number 4, I put Pokemon Shield up on my number 4. I was super excited for this game to come out. I put this game, I think, over Star Wars because they were coming out around the same time, right?
Yeah.
And I
Same
was
day,
like,
actually.
I was like, I want to play Star Wars, but Pokemon is coming out, so I bought that. I bought it while I was at work and remotely downloaded it to my Switch, so I had it ready when I got home.
God, technology is so cool.
And
That's fucking rad.
Yeah, and so I played through it. I was thinking to myself the other day, I was like, yeah, I kind of wish it was a little bit harder, but then I realized that it's a new Pokemon for a new generation, so a lot of younger people are going to start playing this.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how it was when we were growing up playing the ones that were coming out around then.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ones that came out weren't aimed towards the 30-year-olds playing Pokemon,
Yeah.
So I'm like, I get it. I do kind of wish there was a little bit upscale difficulty, but I love the game. I wish there were a few things that were different. I wish that every time that you did a super effective move against Hop, I just wish that he would shut up for a second.
Not tell you about how smart you are for using.
Yeah.
Oh, your matchups.
And you can't button through the dialogue either. It has to.
Yeah. It has to go through.
Also, how hard would it have been to have sound bites for voices? Because they're talking, but there's nothing coming out.
Yeah.
In certain scenes, maybe not
not all the time.
maybe in the cinematic cutscenes.
Kind of like how they had it with Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
It wasn't always.
It's just a budget thing.
I bet.
They just didn't want to.
Yeah.
I bet.
Plus, it kind of sticks with the tried and true Pokemon formula because nobody had dialogue in any of the games, really.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, and let's be honest here. There's some kind of weird Eldritchian shit going on in Pokemon games. Let's be honest here. There's some weird fucking deity that controls the minds of every resident in a Pokemon game, where all they can do is talk about Pokemon. They don't talk about the economy. They don't talk about their jobs. They don't talk about their life.
Yeah, what do
like,
these people do? I know
they
that
don't talk about their marriages. Like they don't they don't talk about anything but Pokemon. Like if it does, it has something tangentially to do with a Pokemon.
Unless you're battling against the businessman trainer.
Yeah.
Like he's like working while he battles.
Yeah, he tosses him like off to the side. He doesn't even realize he's like on his phone. And he's just like tossing
Close on that stock, and you just whichever one you are, I choose you.
I love to think of the idea that there is some weird Cthulhu god that's just like fucking imposing this horrible shit upon these people.
That video, it was going around. I know Angela shared it, where it's like what it would be like to live next to a stadium, and it's just this guy like laying awake, and it's playing like the Pokemon music, like, muffled, and then you see a Pikachu like Dynamax out of the stadium.
It's so fun, and it's the crowd chanting and everything, which is a great fucking song. By the way.
That is so great.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Okay, so my number 4 is Disco Elysium.
Yes, dude.
Because
I've heard
sounds
nothing but phenomenal
dude. And look at this. Like I was just looking up a bit of information about it, and it just gives a few reviews. GameSpot 10 out of 10, IGN 96 out of 100, BC Gamer 92 out of 100. Like everyone fucking loves this game.
Let me see that price point.
And
shouldn't be much.
$40.
Yeah, it's $40. It's on PC, but we are getting it on PS4.
And what about Switch?
And hold on, where
I couldn't imagine it not.
I've
being
honestly never heard
cool.
anything about this game.
I've heard nothing, and then I just see this like the fucking the embargo date was up for the review, and then I just see like all these fucking 10s just scrolling up. I'm like, Jesus,
dude,
bro.
It's really different. It's like one of those. It's like those old.
So
like,
it's coming to PS4 and Xbox One.
Okay.
No Switch.
It's one of those like point and click type of adventure
Oh,
games.
you've already sold me.
Yeah, dude. Like,
tell me more.
Like it's an open world role playing game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's
Like it even incorporates little dice rolls.
It's like it's pretty much D&D.
Yeah,
like,
it's
like,
fucking cool.
Like you'll point and click to something, and then you'll be like, you come across this, and that, and the other thing. Yeah, dude, it's pretty fucking dope.
Here, let me show you this.
I
It's got, like a little bit.
I got a. Oh shit!
So like you go around, you make decisions.
All right. That looks really good, actually.
Check this out.
Get dressed, detective.
Yeah.
It looks pretty dope. And what was it? The Beyond podcast. I was listening to them, and they had nothing but good things to say about them.
That like weird games like that, like the games that I would have never played otherwise, that are kind of outside my game box, I guess you want to call it, maybe.
Yeah.
There was a game that I got in one of the Twitch Prime bundles. It was called Stories Untold, and it had like this ominous looking, like, because you get the game, there's like a little, a thumbnail of the game, and then it's like, get this, and so I got it, and it's basically, it just goes in, there's a screen that you sit at, and it's like atmospheric, but it's one of those old text style like story games where it's like you walk into a room, what do you do now? And I'm playing it, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, Disco Elysium, like I definitely want to give it a
looks
shot.
really good.
Yeah, I really, really want to play that.
Eventually I'm gonna play it.
2020.
I was like, what is this new dance game coming out?
There's apparently there was a section where it showed people disco dancing.
What a
so
cool
I guess-
fucking name too.
Disco
Yeah.
Elysium, yeah.
In an
That's a
Elysium.
fucking rad name.
Yes.
What is an Elysium?
I don't know. Elysium Silver.
Look that up.
My number 3 is Tetris 99.
Yeah, it is.
This is
Yeah, it is.
yeah, dude. Every time
surprised it's
I
not
get on
number
my
one.
Switch, it's like Nerdcorp is playing Tetris 99.
How many hours have you put into that game?
So fucking many, dude. Like that's usually what I play when I'm at work.
Probably
and I'm bored.
99.
Yeah.
About there.
Dude, it's Tetris. Like I've always loved Tetris. Tetris.
Yeah, that's true.
It's gameplay perfection.
Yeah, like I've always played like Tetris against my uncles and like played like it was always like a family game that would bring us together. You know what I mean? Like even while I'm playing the game and I ruin a spot, like I can hear my uncle in the back, like you fucked up again.
Yeah.
Which is why I play so well in pressure spots. Like you guys have seen me play. Like I'll get it all the way the fuck to the top and bring it all the way back down.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody play Tetris like you play Tetris.
Like I'm so good in the clutch. So like I can screw something up, it'll get me to the top, and then I'm just like I systematically bring it back down.
Yeah.
So I'm in like it's bringing out all these other cool things. Like you get like these themes. Like there's a Fire Emblem theme that plays the theme music.
Fuck yeah, there is.
You know what I mean? And I just got a Legend of Zelda theme that plays the original Zelda theme song. I'm trying to save up because you get these little tickets, and you get so many of those tickets you can unlock themes. I'm gaining my tickets so that I can have a Donkey Kong theme.
Okay.
Like the old school.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So
if it's not the DK rap, don't even bother.
right, exactly. DK, Donkey Kong.
He's the leader of the bunch.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that's what inspired you to become a rapper.
Yeah.
It's the
It's
DK rap.
DK rap, bro. Yeah, that's the only reason why I'm rapping.
I'll make sure to put that in your Wikipedia when you're nice.
yeah, do it. I won't even change it either.
They'll try to fact check it, and you'll be like, "Yup,
Nope.
that's
Do you
right."
remember?
That's
It
correct.
reminds me of. Do you remember the whole thing going around that was actually started by Adam and John Ferguson about how Conan O'Brien was dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, John has founder status on Wikipedia, so he like changed his entire Wikipedia, and that thing like snowballed.
Yeah, dude,
like
because
1,000 miles
I
per hour.
remember, dude, we're like, no way, he didn't die. And you
Yeah.
check Wikipedia and he's dead. Yeah. But yeah, Tetris 99, it's just one of those things where I love Tetris.
It's a really good version of
It
Tetris.
is a great,
It's on the fucking Switch.
Yep. It's a battle royale. It's Tetris battle royale, and that's all I've ever really wanted. And I didn't even know it until this
Which
thing
out
came
of
out.
all the games to choose battle royale and actually make it work, like,
Yeah.
that's not
Well, it's
your
unique.
cookie cutter
Yeah, exactly.
battle royale shit. That and Blackout. I'll give Call of Duty Blackout.
Yeah,
'cause
Call of Duty
Blackout's
Blackout's
fun,
good.
but like out of all the games to get a battle royale, like who'd have thought Tetris would be one of them?
Exactly. But yeah, so Tetris 99, it's on the Switch. If you haven't played it, please do. Especially if you're a Tetris fan. Like, this is a no-brainer game.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
play
you-
Eddie, knock him off his high
I was
horse.
like, if you come across Nerd Corp on the Switch, watch out.
Bro, I've got so many screen grabs of me getting, like, the top spot on
Yeah.
Tetris.
Hell yeah. Okay. The top three are very big titles for me. I know my middle name is Hyperbole, but my top three
I thought it was
games.
Cole.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, you're finally right.
I mean, that's what I
Everyone
thought.
thinks that like my middle name is Glendon, but it's not. These last three games are some of the best games I've played in the last decade. Like, I really, really enjoyed my time with these games. My number 3 is Fire Emblem Three Houses. I cannot say enough good things about this game. I absolutely loved every bit of it. It touched upon my weeb nature, you know, like real hard, you know.
Real hard.
You know, like I loved every one of those little fuckers, and then, you know, eventually found out that I didn't really like them, and now I still love them. You know what I mean?
It's weird, like just the character development in that game
is
like,
really really
my first
good.
playthrough. I played the Golden Deer, and I was like, I'm gonna miss these guys when I do my second
Yeah.
playthrough. And now I'm on the Black Eagle, and I'm like, I'm in the same exact spot. I'm like, these guys are it,
Yeah.
and it's gonna happen again when I go into Blue
Yep.
Lions too.
Yeah, it's that incredibly addicting loop of teaching your students and watching them level up, and which is really cool. You know, like doing my first playthrough, I pretty much just was like, hey, you know what? this seems to be the class that they want to be, so I'm going to let them be in that class. And then what was even more satisfying is going through the second time around and being like, fuck that, you're going to do exactly what I tell you to be. You want to be a magician.
Cracking down.
You know, like, you want to be a mage, but no, you're going to be a fucking crazy-ass, axe-wielding fucking dragon rider. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I want you to be this time.
And see, and that's me going through my first playthrough. I'm doing that. I'm just letting them, like, oh, you want to switch over to this? Yeah, cool, do it.
Yeah. Yeah, and the music, of course, is amazing. It's fucking super great. Fire Emblem's always had really good music, but I really love the character designs in this game.
Yeah.
Everybody stands out. You know what I mean? Besides, like, the random drones that are, you know, like, just
The
kind
soldiers.
of populating the school.
The ones that are just like the students and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gameplay loop in terms of, like, going on the actual battlefield is so much fun because you're, you know, and it makes you feel good and it makes you feel smart. It empowers you as a player when you get in there and you make a good play and you make, like, a crazy tactical play of, you know, like pinching the enemy or something, or flanking an enemy or something.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. And, like, I've tried so hard to get into, like, tactical games, like strategy tactics games, and every one of them I'm just like, you know, I'm just not into it. Like, this just isn't for me.
I agree.
But go ahead.
I agree because, like, it was like when that game came out, like, I was fiending. Like, I was like, I wanted strategy, and I was playing Banner Saga, and I was playing, you know, Mutant Year Zero, and, like,
That game is hard as shit.
Mutant
by the
Year
way.
Zero.
Oh my god, I got that
dude,
on. I think.
Game Pass, because it's on Game Pass.
Well, it's on Game Pass. I think it was a Twitch Prime game.
Okay,
as well,
dude. And that game, that game was fun, but like when Fire Emblem came out, and I was still trying to play these other two games, I didn't want to have shit to do with them, and I wanted to go back to playing.
Before I got promoted at work, when I was a driver, I'd be driving, and my then boss, which is now just my coworker now, he was going off about Fire Emblem, and, like, he'd just talk about it nonstop, and I'm like, I'm gonna play it.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Let me stop you right there.
and, like, the way that and normally, like, one thing that would always turn me off about tactical, you know, strategy games like this, and, you know, like on the grid, like that was, like, the first thing is the presentation and, like, how it looks. Like, normal, you know, like, and especially, like, older Fire Emblem games, like, and, like, they're charming in their own right, but it just never worked for me. You know, as I've grown older, I've grown to appreciate pixel art a lot more. But, like, back in the day, you know, like, if this was, like, you know, trying to be targeted towards me as a child, it just wasn't doing it. And it was, like, you know, the grid-like squares everywhere, and, like, the pixel art and all that, and it just wasn't for me. But the thing that works really well with Three Houses is that it has, like, a ramped up presentation where it does that zoom in on the battlefield, and it did this in the 3DS games as well. But I feel like it does it way better in this title.
I agree,
just because of how much more extra it is.
And you can strategize your attacks, because you'll see that yours is, if you choose this attack and it's got more than what they have, you'll attack twice. But if it's got less, you're like, okay, let me figure something else out. You know?
Yeah, and it's cool as fuck, like, having two units together and then watching them bond, and, like, it's
you do the, what is it called, the
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember what it is either. But, like, and you, like, you can have like a bunch of people in a row, and, like, they do the crazy team up attack and all that.
Yeah.
So and it's super satisfying in its own right, just by, like, leveling these characters up and watching them grow. Like, this game has a really, really deep connection with its characters where you feel like you're actually bonding with these people.
Yeah, like, you feel proud of them for leveling
exactly.
up, and you feel like you're like, oh, hell yeah, now you've got this, it's gonna help you, like, that's awesome, I'm really happy for you.
Like,
if you're like me, then there's a couple characters from each house that become your waifu.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Some illegal shit going down at the old monastery. No, I just really, that's, like, my takeaway, and kind of, like, a big reason on why I love games like Persona 5 is because, like, they really, really zero in on that connection between the player and the characters that are in the game. and it just does it so well to the point where like you don't want to leave these characters. But this game does something a little bit extra, and it's that midpoint in the game where we can't talk about it because I don't want to spoil it for Eddie.
Yeah.
Don't.
But like it just, and you'll know when you get to it. But it's like it just made me care about those characters even more. And like and I have like funny moments that I want to talk to you about when you do it, because Angela made some funny jokes about it as well.
Oh yeah.
But God damn it, this game is so good. It's easily the best Nintendo game of the year. Like, no fucking doubt. And I'm really looking forward to all the DLC that they're doing. I still need to pick it back up and finish my second playthrough. But, I mean, I played the holy fucking bejesus out of that game. I took that game everywhere. I took it to work. I took it, like, I was in the fucking car playing it. Like, I, like fully utilized my Switch. Like, that fucker was running hot. You know what I mean?
I'm probably going to take it to work tomorrow when I open, and...
Yeah, I cannot. That game is so fucking good. And just the way that it presents its battles and the music again is really, really something special. And it's definitely my number 3.
Oh yeah.
All right. My number 3 goes to the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Oh, nice.
Now that we have talked a lot about this game, it was just well done in every single way. Like, they, given how terrifying, like, the shambling zombies were in the original games, like, they just put so much detail into each, like, zombie that you come across.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And how, like, certain aspects of the game follow the original, like, almost identically. Like, at the very end when you're playing as Leon and you're fighting Mr. X and Ada drops the rocket launcher.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like, fuck, dude, that was from the original game. Yes, dude.
Yeah, it's actually my number 1 just because of the, like, all of that, pretty much what you said. Just the callbacks, we actually never did a review episode for this game.
No, we didn't, which is a fucking shame.
But, and...
Well, the time has passed.
Yeah.
Out of all the, like, the survival horror games I've played, nothing has really terrified me more than hearing Mr. X's footsteps, no matter where you're at in the building.
Like, yeah, dude.
Terrifying.
So, this is my number 1 as well, so I'll get it over with right now. I feel like this is easily the best year of the game. The best year of the game.
Best year of the game, hands down.
Best year for this game to come out.
Ever.
Can you tell I slept for 3 hours?
Whoops.
It's, I mean, like really, I can't help but feel like this is easily the best game of the year.
Agreed.
Just on how lovingly it was created, recreated. It's fucking gorgeous. It's horrifying. Like, it's like really, really scary. The mechanic with Mr. X is fucking terrifying. Just hearing him stomp everywhere is genuinely scary. The way that they incorporated New Age Resident Evil things into it as well, I feel like was a really brilliant move. The way that I'm really glad that they didn't go first person with it, like how they did with 7, and I kind of hope that they never do the first person thing ever again.
I agree,
because I feel like, and it's not because it wasn't good for 7. It's because I feel like 7 should stand out above every of the other games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that would be really cool if, like, imagine if Resident Evil 4 came out and it was the only third-person shooter of the entire franchise.
Yeah.
Like, 5 didn't come out and ruin, or 6 didn't come out and ruin it, and 5 didn't come out and muddle it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like 7 would kind of would benefit from that, and it just helping its legacy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But with them going back into the well and like trying to figure out different things that they want to do with this game, I don't think I had a bad moment with this video game.
I didn't either.
Like even when I was talking with Angela about it a couple days ago, she's like, you didn't say. She's like, usually you were pretty rough with games. Like, you usually like bitch about things that, you know, like if there's something that you didn't like you would be very vocal about it. She's like, you didn't say a fucking word about that game. Like, I don't think there's a bad moment in that the entirety of that video game. And the fact is that I platinumed it in like 3 days.
You did, dude.
And then, you know, like, and part of it was, you know, like depression playing the fuck out of it because of all the fuckery with Kingdom Hearts. But, like, I mean, in the console, I hadn't yet played the game, but everything about that game was just so much fun to me. And to the point where, like, I have that fucking game memorized. Like, I went back, I hadn't played it since I platinumed it. I had put it away. And then I started playing it a couple days ago because I'm trying to get the, you know, S rank on hardcore so I can get the unlimited machine gun. And I'm going through it and I'm like, I still remember everything. Like, I still remember everything I was doing. I remember where I saved. I remember, like, okay, this is where Mr. X pops up. Okay, I need to go this way instead of this way so I can, you know, diverge and get the shotgun. And then, okay, we need to go this way to get the... You know what I mean? Like, it's so weird that I can't even remember what I ate for fucking breakfast.
And this game
but
is somehow imprinted on
Well,
you.
I have, like, every single bit of this game, like, imprinted in my memory. And, like, not only that, it had a stellar amount of DLC that was released with it periodically throughout the year, which was really, really great. And we're actually... I'm betting the fucking farm that we're going to see Resident Evil 3 remake this week. I mean, I know we skipped news, but that's, like, probably the most exciting fucking thing ever.
I'm anticipating an announcement at the awards, is what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking the PlayStation State of Play.
That could be it, too.
I'm like willing to bet my left nut. Like, I'm almost guaranteeing.
That's the good nut.
Yeah, that's the good one.
That is the good one.
It's usually the bigger one.
The one thing
you guys
that...
don't have a bigger one?
No, mine are both equally big.
Well, yours are big.
Mine are inflamed.
It's kind of known that white people have big nuts. Have you not known this? Like, they got little dicks, but they got big nuts.
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird.
I was gonna say something. Where they did change the mechanic where when you run into in the original game, you run into the black cop and he gives you the key, and then you come back and he's all of a sudden turned. But I like how they like gave him a personality, like he was.
Yeah, they gave him a little bit of a story, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah,
they kept him alive for
because I was thinking back, like after I played this game, I was like, okay, like I kind of wish I would have known what happened to him in the original game, because you don't get anything except
you
for
get nothing.
He's a casualty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of something that bringing a title like that you know first came out in 1998. And then bringing it to a 2019 light is you kind of have to have things like that where you kind of have to flat. And you know, like, I guess you don't have to, but it helps. It helps even more. Like, I was immersed in this game 100%. Like, everything about this game was like, and it has like this super corny moments too,
right.
Like from the 90s where it's like fucking the part when you get the electric component and you break the bell and everything, and it's like causing massive fucking damage in that little area, right?
Yeah. Right.
And then after it happens, Leon's like, I hope I don't have to write a report on that. You know what I mean? Like, it's
when you come out of the building after you get around the fire, I think it is, or you go around the fire because you haven't put it out yet, because that's when Mr. X shows up, and you come down the stairs. And Claire's on the other side of the gate, and they're like flirting with each other, and I'm like, now is not the time.
Yeah,
it's so
you know
weird.
What though? None of that dialogue can compare to fucking how trash Days Gone dialogue was. So, like, we can make fun of it because it's old, but it's still better than Days Gone dialogue.
You want to fuck with my friends?
What he says when he's alone is pretty bad.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Deke. Or what's his name? Cope?
Yeah, Cope. You want to fucking... That's like all I fucking remember from Deacon.
God, I really love that game.
I don't know, man. This game is just it's so fucking cool, and like the way that it's so Resident Evil, and it feels so good, and it's like it kind of just like threw me back like 10 years when I was playing Resident Evil 4 for the first time, and I was like, fuck, this is super cool. Like, everything about this is really cool. And, I mean, it should say enough that I platinumed the holy fuck out of this game.
You platinumed that game to death.
And I am still playing it. I still find the time and the effort and the desire to go back and play it. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that forever. And with Remake 3, fucking guaranteeing. That game comes out next year.
Yeah.
No way. It comes out next year. Guaranteed. How, like, they use the same engine. They use the same assets. And that's because that's exactly what they did in 1998. 3 came out in 1999, and it was basically just a carbon copy, just with different items in it.
Yep.
That's like really, and like the new design for Nemesis is fucking horrifying. Like, he just looks like this fucking weird blender product. Like, his fucking nose is part of his eyebrow. Like, I'm so excited for this shit. Like, it's, you know, if 2 is any indicator on the quality of 3, 2020 is gonna be.
Well, it's already gonna be great. Because with 7R and Last of Us 2, like that, like if nothing else came out in 2020, I would be like, I would be set.
Agreed.
Mostly because those are gonna take most of my money.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like, yeah, I'm done. I really, really love that game a lot.
Me, right? Yeah, okay. So my 3 is Outer Worlds, primarily because fuck Bethesda.
Fuck Bethesda.
But, like, I like, nothing seems sweeter to me than just being able to thumb your nose at Bethesda after what they've done to the Fallout series.
That still hurts my heart, man.
Yeah.
That's a sore subject for me.
Yeah.
Cool.
You got Fallout and I got Kingdom Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
We can sing the blues
I don't really
together.
have anything, really.
My number 2 is The Outer Worlds. I love every single bit of it. I know Angela was just like, hey, I want a new game. But, like, if you went into this expecting anything other than... It was just, like, the same thing that we had with Ultimate Alliance, Derek. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you went into it thinking that there was going to be anything else besides a clone of Fallout, then you went into that game expecting too much.
Yeah.
And I love... The companions have such a bigger role in this game. And it makes me, you care for these companions, you want to help them, especially because now you have like companion quests where, you know, you can help them on their own journey. So, but yeah, that's my number 2.
Nice.
God, I can't wait to play that game. My number 2 is Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah, it is.
This is a very, very, very close second to Resident Evil 2. I love this game because of how aesthetically pleasing it is, and it has easily one of the best combat systems I've ever played.
Beautiful
in a
game. Beautiful game.
Like, that game, you know, like all From Software games, has a rhythm. And once you jump in, once you find that jumping in place, and you're part of that rhythm now, you just get it. And it's so much fun to, like, learn how to parry different attacks and everything like that, and learn how to, and it's so fucking flashy. It's definitely a lot more of an action-y type game than most From Software games are. You know, when you're thinking From Software, you're thinking Dark Souls, where it's kind of, you know, it's kind of clunky, and it's kind of, you know, like your character doesn't have like super great mobility and all that. Or you're thinking Bloodborne, where they fixed the mobility issue, but it's like super kinetic and fast moving energy. You know what I mean? But with Sekiro, they kind of did... It's... From Software is, like, easily one of my favorite developers just because of how diverse every game is. Like, you can boil it down and be like, yeah, it's just a fucking Seki Soulsborne game. Like, it's the same thing. It's hard as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, you can boil it down, but that's doing it a disservice. That's disingenuous because, like, every game does something different. Like, the whole shinobi aspect of this game is cool as fuck to me, just because I think ninjas are kind of cool, you know, like ninjas, and it takes place in the Sengoku period of Japan, which is again fucking amazing, you know, like everything about that is cool as fuck to me. The music is pretty good. It's not as great as like normal Dark Souls games. Like Dark Souls games have these crazy orchestral pieces that are like as big as their fucking bosses. You know what I mean? And Sekiro doesn't really have that. But what it does to make up for that is just this insane combat. And he has you're playing as, you know, obviously Sekiro. That's the titular character. That's Japanese for, you know, one-armed wolf, because you lose your arm in the beginning of the game and you're replaced with this weird like bionic weird arm,
who we found out is voiced by Charles from Red Dead 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. It could. I mean, if you take anything away, it's definitely, you know, weeb game for weeb guy. But I really dig this game because of how deep and how complex that battle system is, and like how personal every fight is. Like, and I had and like in another thing with From Software games is that level of like, I cannot fucking do this. I can't do this.
Right.
And then you beat it and you're like, I feel invincible. You know what I mean? Like, I feel really, really good.
And then 20 seconds later, you get fucked.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then, like, there's obviously like there's a path. There's like it's like fucking life. Like, eventually you get good at the thing you're doing, so you move on to another thing,
Right.
and learn how to do that. You know what I mean? But the thing, I don't think I've ever had a game, even past Dark Souls and Bloodborne, where I felt like I had gotten better because of the battles that I was in.
Right.
And I never got worse. You know what I mean? I haven't played it since I platinumed it, which was a bitch of a platinum.
I bet.
But I always felt like I had reached a new level of proficiency in this game. Mm-hmm. And I never plateaued. I was always going up, and it was always after like a monumental boss fight. Because, like, by the fourth time that you're running through this game, you're just fucking slaughtering everybody. But it's still, that challenge is still there. You know what I mean? Like, these bosses can fucking one-shot you if you're not not careful.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I really, really love those Souls games. Like, Soulsborne type of games. And Sekiro is just kind of like the perfection of that. And that's my number 2.
Oh, yeah.
Back here, my number 2 is Fire Emblem. My number 2 is Phlegm. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. That was like, when I was playing that game, I was like, this is the game right here. Like, I was amazed how sucked in I got into that game. And I was never into those type of games until I played Final Fantasy War of the Lions on my PlayStation Portable.
Hell yeah.
And that's what started the whole thing. And yes, you do have it.
I do have it.
Oh, it's such a great game.
Hell yeah.
I haven't played it yet.
Oh,
I need to.
So good. It doesn't have like your Fire Emblem character development, but it's still
the story I've heard is really good.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
So that's my number 2.
My number 2 is Untitled Goose Game.
Are you really gonna play that game?
I have that game. It's fantastic.
I mean, just the whole concept of that, of a game
wacky.
where you're running around fucking with people,
And it's funny.
and
It's
like
$20.
there's nothing that just like speaks to my soul more. I think I think that's just such a fucking wonderful concept.
It's such a fun game. I need to go back into it.
My number 1, well, we already talked about it at length, is the Resident Evil remake. An honorable mention that didn't make the list for me that I wanted to put on the list was Remnant from the Ashes.
Okay.
Yes.
That game really deserves an honorable mention for me because it was. I liked the team aspect of it. I'm not a real big like Soulsborne type of person, just because I get frustrated too easily for that kind of thing. But being able to play it with people, like being able, like when the three of us, Nick and Cole, were going at it, dude, I had so much fun.
Yeah.
I had so much fun, and I didn't care how much we lost. It was more of a motivator for me. Like, it's like, all right, dude, we almost had him. Let's just fucking jump in. Let's fucking get back in there and let's kick some ass. You know what I mean?
We need to return to that game.
Yeah, I think we should get back in.
I got onto that game with my friend Wade, and he's like a Souls fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was doing a Dark Souls stream, and he was on my messenger on Facebook, like, telling me where to go and exactly what to do.
Hell yeah.
And I got onto Remnant with him, and we got through like a good chunk of that game.
Hell yeah, dude.
And it gets better.
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely like to get back into that.
Hell yeah. My number one we've already talked about, and I've said my piece about it, is Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
Easily my favorite game of the year.
My number one goes to Modern Warfare. I have been playing the hell out of this game, especially now that they've given you the battle pass, which gives you like incentives to level up, and I love how they're doing these seasons. Like, I wasn't even mad that I went from rank 105, got bumped down to, what was it, 65, because I'm like, all right, that's fine. Like, if you're doing another season, then I'm all for it.
Yeah,
and I hope they keep progressing through it that way. And I was like looking through all the stuff that you can get in the battle pass, and like it just, everything as you go up just looks amazing. Like, I don't have any weapons charms, but I'm super close to getting one, and I'm like really excited for it.
Yeah, dude. Like, they even give you like free Call of Duty points.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, every like 3 or 4 tiers is like 100 points.
Yeah, dude. So like that's even cool. That's even more of an incentive. I swear this, like, they really did super well.
Because in the other, like in Black Ops 4, and when they ruined Modern Warfare, the remake, and put this shit in there, because they didn't have any battle pass. They in Black Ops 4 you didn't have to buy the battle pass,
right? You
just had it,
right?
But they didn't give you any points for it. Like, you had to buy Call of Duty points, which I like about this one is it's going to take you a while to get up to anything good, because the cheapest thing I saw was the Hunter skin, and it's like 1,100 points. But
yeah, but I mean, even then, the fact that they're still giving you that kind of thing is way cool, because those are just credits. You know what I mean? And it was credits you had to buy beforehand to get whatever it is that you wanted. So I swear this game was just so well put together, and I can see why it's
I'm really having a great time with it. Like, it's out of everything that's come out this year. I mean, I put some work into Death Stranding last night, but like, I always just go back and like finish off the night playing like 3 or 4 hours of Call of Duty.
I agree.
So my number one is Kingdom Hearts 3. No, he did it.
Cole left. Cole just slams his headphones.
He wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready. He needs some milk.
He needs some milk.
You had that cocked back.
I did.
How long did you have that?
Well, when I was putting my list together, I was like, oh, I gotta fucking do this.
So like days.
You had that bitch in the chamber.
It was so hard not to crack, like, while I was saying it, too.
Oh, that was good. I gotta damn, bro.
No, but for real, mine has to be Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
I mean, especially because, you know, as we talked about back when we were originally starting to play this, when you lent it to me and everything, Cole, I had never, apart from like a snippet, I had never even looked at a part of a Resident Evil game, except for when that buddy of mine played it and I was there. So I'd never experienced a Resident Evil game, and this game was so fucking good, and it totally fucked me up. And you know, like, because I was telling you guys, I think I said it on the podcast, but when I started going through and playing other games like BioShock, when there would be heavy footsteps, I would get PTSD from Mr. X. I'd be like, shit, what the
Yeah.
No, this is a different game. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything.
Oh no, he's in BioShock too.
It's like everything's fine.
Crossover. Did he get underwater?
but no, it was just like that. It lasted in my memory, and it was so fucking good, and I had such a great time with it. And I'm probably gonna end up buying myself a copy when I can.
It's super cheap right now.
Yeah.
No, it's really cool. It was really cool watching you play through this game because it is your first Resident Evil game, like as you said.
Right.
And it just was really kind of cool because, Eddie, Nick, and I, we've all extensively played the Resident Evil titles. We've all divulged into, that puddle of scared wet,
Right.
we've all done that several times before. And watching you kind of go through it and enjoy it and understand, and I'm not sure how you feel about it, but like I'm sure you begin to understand why we love that franchise so much.
Yeah.
Like it has its own signature touch and style of not only horror but also like it's just its way it goes about things.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe one day we can go back to fixed cameras.
Yeah.
What do you think? What would you think about that?
I think I wouldn't mind it. I think
no tank controls,
no tank controls, just fixed cameras.
just fixed cameras.
I think
that added a lot of horror to the game. Like
I agree. I think the fixed cameras, especially because you couldn't see where you can escape to.
yeah,
You had to just kind of had to hope for the best and hope that nothing was on the other side once the camera.
going around that corner.
Yeah. So I mean, fixed cameras without tank controls, I think, could be something super unique and innovative.
Like, how did they do it in? I think it was the first Resident Evil remake where they changed it. They still had the fixed cameras, but if you were pushing like left and you went into a fixed camera scene and you were still pushing left, you would go the direction you were supposed to go.
Yeah. I think it would be super. I think it would be super
It
interesting.
resets.
Yeah.
It resets as soon as you.
Yeah,
let go.
and
Sorry,
I
didn't
thought
mean
that
to
was
interrupt you.
perfect.
Yeah.
I think it would be super unique and innovative. I think to just kind of leave the tank controls and just kind
Bro,
of.
what if 3 is tank controls? What if they remake 3 with tank
I'll
controls?
power through it.
I'll still play.
I'll get used to it.
But yeah, so that's my number one.
Well, that concludes our 2-hour episode of of our best games. We hope you enjoyed it. We definitely had a good time reminiscing over the games that we played this year.
Fuck, those games are so good.
And 2019 was such a great year for video games.
I like
So I guess
this
you
one
could call
and
us what were you playing?
Yeah. What'd you play?
What did you play? I liked doing these lists because it's like I wondered how many games would end up on each person's list.
Agreed.
Like, most of them were, save for a few, were on like all of ours at different
Yeah, we
points.
definitely we definitely all have a general taste, but we definitely all have different styles of playing or different genres that we like to play more than others.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked this format as opposed to just like a final list, because then that way we can all really just talk about the things that we're passionate about.
Yeah.
I love, Derek, that you brought up Untitled Goose Game. That game is so fun. That's all I'll say.
So, as always, you can follow us on social media.
On Facebook at the Nerd Corporation, a podcast.
On Twitter and Instagram at Nerdcore Podcast.
Or you can shoot us an email at nerdcorppodcast@gmail.com.
And if you want to piss off Cole by saying your number one game is Kingdom Hearts 3,
Trash ass human.
subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/nerdcorp podcast. Several tiers of loot to have access to, from stickers and shirts to extra content and bonus episodes. And if you can't make a monthly contribution, of course, there is our PayPal, paypal.com/nerdcorp podcast. We want to have the best equipment, the best giveaway loot, and all of the cool things that come with it. So for the Nerd Corporation, my name is Eddie Lyon.
I'm Cole Simper.
I'm Nick Lewis.
I'm Tits McGee.
Tepid nudes. You're tepid.
All right.
You're tepid nudes.
Okay. I'm tepid nudes.
Signing off. We'll see y'all later.